Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about unfortunate love was how the truth about Lakshmi's pregnancy comes out. So it turns out that Ahana was the one that is pregnant and not Lakshmi, but Lakshmi put her name on the pregnancy report in order to save Ahana and her marriage. So let's continue. Lakshmi asks Ahana if she tells Gautam about her pregnancy. She asks her to tell her what Gautam said. Malishka comes near the room and she stops to hear them. Ahana says Gautam said that. She then asks Lakshmi if she can hug her. Lakshmi asks, did you really tell everything to Gautam? Ahana nods her head in agreement and she hugs Lakshmi. Ahana says to Lakshmi that when I told Gautam about my pregnancy, I thought he would refuse for the marriage, but he heard everything silently and he told me that he likes me. She says he said that everyone has passed, good or bad, and whatever is gone, and what is important is today, and today we are going to have the roka. Lakshmi asks, did you tell him before the roka? Ahana says, I told him just before the roka. Lakshmi is happy. Ahana says to Lakshmi that let's go and tell everyone that it was my pregnancy report and not yours. Malishka hears her and she is shocked. Lakshmi asks Ahana that what about Gautam's parents? Ahana says Gautam haven't spoken to them yet. Lakshmi says give some time to Gautam. She says if we say anything to anyone now, then Rishi will beat your ex-boyfriend and Ayush would also not like him and your marriage with Gautam might be cancelled. Ahana asks Lakshmi that so until my marriage is done, you will bear all the insult. Lakshmi says she understands everyone's anger and she tells her that they should be quiet for now until the marriage is done and then they will tell everyone once Gautam convinces his family. She asks her to wait for some time. Ahana says, what about your sufferings? Lakshmi says, this is nothing in front of my Ahana. Ahana gets emotional and she hugs Lakshmi. Malishka thinks that Lakshmi wants to be great in front of everyone by saving Ahana's marriage, but she will be a big foolish woman. She says tomorrow is a court hearing and I will take advantage of this and I will get Lakshmi and Rishi divorced. She says I will make it as the last day of your marriage and says I will make the impossible thing possible and it will be my final victory. Rishi and Ayush comes there. Malishka says she wants to talk to Rishi. Rishi says I have a feeling that something is not right. Ayush asks Malishka to ask him. Rishi says it is about Lakshmi's pregnancy. I feel that Lakshmi is not carrying any pregnancy. Malishka is shocked. Rishi says Lakshmi is not foolish, but she is matured and she knows how to handle situations. Rishi says that Lakshmi knows well that if she is pregnant with someone else's child, then the judge will grant her divorce and she will not get alimony also, so Lakshmi cannot be pregnant. Ayush asks if the pregnancy report was wrong, then she shouldn't have bared the insult and she would have told everyone that she is not pregnant. Malishka says obviously, Lakshmi wouldn't have been keeping quiet. Rishi says to Malishka that I have a feeling that Lakshmi is not pregnant. Ayush says I will meet you later and he goes. Malishka asks Rishi that what about those reports? Rishi says that he doesn't believe the report. Malishka thinks that Rishi thinks right. Ahana is pregnant and not Lakshmi, but she thinks to break Rishi's heart and she will bring the fake baby's father here. She thinks to send Ahana away, else she will ruin her game. Malishka comes to Karishma and says, I heard that the priest is coming to fix Ahana's wedding date. Karishma says yes, the horoscope and the date. Relationship breaks due to this. Malishka says I know it. She tells Karishma that she has to talk to the designer about Ahana's clothing and she asks, can I take her? Karishma thanks Malishka and says Lakshmi tried to spoil Ahana's marriage earlier. Malishka says Lakshmi will soon be punished for her doings. Karishma comes to Lakshmi's room and asks Ahana that what is she doing with Lakshmi's dupatta. Ahana says that she likes it. Karishma says it is of low quality and it is from the roadside and she asks what happened to your eyes. She says I have talked to Malishka's designer and she has much good dupattas of your standard. Ahana goes from there. Karishma asks Lakshmi to stay away from her daughter and says she is from a rich family and she is very well cultured. She asks her to stay away from her and she goes. Gautam's parents says that it is good that the date is fixed. Neelam taunts Lakshmi indirectly. Rishi looks at Lakshmi. Grandma says to Gautam's parents that we should talk because everything is good. Gautam's father says your chutney was awesome, Lakshmi. Lakshmi says I will pack some for you. Gautam's mother says her husband has troubled her a lot, asking her to make the chutney just like Lakshmi made it. Lakshmi asks Gautam's mother to take the recipe from her. Gautam's father says that what will people say that we came to eat food here always? Grandma says they are always welcome and nobody will say anything. Gautam's parents says they are happy to get an awesome daughter-in-law from their family and they leave. Virendra says bring some sweet. Lakshmi goes to bring the sweet. Neelam says that she is happy for Ahana. Ayush says I never saw Ahana doing wrong. She is really good. Sonia says her life is set. Virendra says I don't know when she has grown up. Grandma says she used to pee in her lap. Neelam says she will dance and she asked Karishma to get the door Nagara. Just then, they hear some door sound. Ayush asks Rishi if he called the band guys. Rishi says no and they wondered who has come. Balwinder comes inside with the door band guys and they dances happily. Virendra asks them to stop it. Balwinder says if you are happy then you express it. If we are happy then why can't we play doll? Rishi asks Balwinder to leave. Balwinder says I have come to make my uncle have sweet, but Virendra throws the sweet away. Balwinder asks Lakshmi that what is she doing and he asks her not to do work in this condition. He takes the sweet tray from Lakshmi's hand and he takes the sweet. Neelam asks, didn't you hear what my son said? Get lost from here. Balwinder says I will live with respect and happiness, but I will live with my family. He asks the men to play doll. Neelam keeps her hand on her ears. Karishma asks Balwinder to go and show his cheapest things outside. Ayush asks Balwinder to go. Neelam asks Balwinder to take money and leave. Balwinder gives the money to the band guys. Virendra asks Balwinder to leave also. Balwinder says I have come to take Lakshmi and he asks Lakshmi to come and everyone is shocked. Balwinder tells Lakshmi that he will not let them insult her or him. Lakshmi asks what nonsense, why will I come with you? Balwinder says nobody understands the language of love and he asks her why did I come here with the dog guys. Neelam asks Lakshmi to go out and talk to Balwinder. Balwinder asks that who made the sugarless tea and he asks didn't you have sugar? He stops Grandma and asks her to stay back and hear Lakshmi and his suspense. Rishi asks Ayush to call the police. Balwinder says let the police come and know the truth of the Oberoi family. He asks whose baby is in Lakshmi's womb and says I will break the suspense in front of the police. He tells Lakshmi that she should have told Rishi and says the baby in Lakshmi's womb is not of Rishi but it is of me. Balwinder sued. Everyone is shocked and Balwinder asks that why is everyone shocked? Virendra asks Balwinder to leave. Balwinder asks, didn't Lakshmi go to Rano's house few days back? He says your son has broken many girls' hearts and he even broke Lakshmi's heart after marriage. He says Lakshmi wanted a shoulder to cry on and I gave her my shoulder. He says she was crying and I made her quiet with much difficulty. He says it was a moonlight night and Lakshmi's hair was open and they got intimate. Rishi couldn't bear Balwinder's naughty talks about Lakshmi and he grabs his collar asking him to leave. Neelam says we accept that Lakshmi is having Balwinder's baby, so what do you want? Virendra says Neelam. Neelam says the baby's father is not Rishi and Lakshmi is up to something from the beginning. She asks if Balwinder needs money. Balwinder says he doesn't need money nor their name and says he will give his name Sud to his baby. Balwinder asks Lakshmi that why is she doing this and what will he get by doing this? Balwinder says I am doing this for you and our baby. Lakshmi says you will not get anything. Go from here. She folds her hand and begs. Balwinder touches her and says nothing should happen to my baby and Lakshmi cries. Balwinder says to Lakshmi that didn't you hear what your in-laws said and even your husband doesn't trust you and he kept you as his shoe. He says I will keep you as a queen and says I am not Rishi who hears bad thing about his wife. Lakshmi says I will not go anywhere with you. Neelam says stop it. You should thank us for not making issue out of your dramas. Balwinder asks Rishi if he is in shock as his wife is having his child. He says you should keep a name for baby but don't keep Rishi. Lakshmi cries. Balwinder says to Lakshmi that okay, we will name our baby Rishi. Ahana feels bad for Lakshmi. Karishma asks Lakshmi to have some shame and she asks her to leave, else she will throw her out of the house. Ahana says, Mom. Karishma asks Ahana not to say a word and she asks Lakshmi to take her baby and her lover and get out of the house. Neelam says she cannot bear this. Balwinder forces Lakshmi to come and he drags her holding her hand and Lakshmi asks him to leave her. Rishi looks at everything and then he hits Balwinder. Balwinder falls down. Rishi asks him to leave if he wants to be alive. Balwinder says I will return surely and he leaves. Rishi owed Lakshmi's hand and signals to her not to cry. A song plays in the background. Rishi takes Lakshmi inside. Lakshmi recalls Rishi's care for her. Virendra, Ayush and others looks at them in shock. Rishi takes Lakshmi to their room. Grandma gets emotional. Neelam says Balwinder will not be quiet and he would open his mouth. She asks Virendra to deal with him. Rishi applies ointment to Lakshmi's hand. She makes sound. Rishi says sorry and asks, why did you give Balwinder power to do this with you? Lakshmi smiles. Rishi says don't smile. Lakshmi thinks that thank you Rishi for supporting me when nobody was with me. You are so good and that is why I... Rishi asks what is it? Lakshmi signals to him that nothing and she thinks that who informed Balwinder about her pregnancy. Balwinder is seen with Malishka. Balwinder says he will get much money. Malishka asks, what did you think? That they will do your outie? Balwinder says, I told them much and says that Rishi had beaten him when he was dragging Lakshmi out. He says Rishi would have killed me for Lakshmi. Malishka says Lakshmi is such and she traps everyone. She says after the court hearing, take Lakshmi away from here. Balwinder asks Malishka the truth about Lakshmi's pregnancy. Malishka says Lakshmi is not pregnant. Rishi haven't touched Lakshmi and she is not suitable for him. Balwinder thinks that Lakshmi is fully mine and I will make her my baby's mother. He comes inside the Oberoi's mansion and takes Lakshmi to his side. He asks her to leave Rishi and says you are made for me and I don't leave my things easily. He says nobody is there for you but I am your everything. I will be your husband. Lakshmi keeps quiet and yes Balwinder's nonsense. The servant is coming there. Neelam stops the servant. Balwinder hears the servant and he goes. The servant says Lakshmi asks him to make turmeric milk for Rishi. Neelam says Lakshmi can take the milk to Rishi and she asks the servant to make coffee for her. The servant goes. Neelam tells Lakshmi that she is a cause for them and she should leave their house soon. She says thank God the court date is tomorrow. This cause should go away from our lives. Lakshmi takes the turmeric milk and comes inside the room. Rishi asks, why have you brought it? I asked Mukesh to bring it. Lakshmi owed Rishi's hand and says, I told Mukesh that I will bring it for you. Rishi says, are you having fever? Lakshmi says no. Rishi asks, why do you bear everyone's cheap doings? And says, whatever happened with you today is not good. Lakshmi says, tomorrow also it will not be good. Lakshmi looks on hearing Rishi. Rishi then makes Lakshmi take her medicine and makes her drink the turmeric milk. He says, even you had made me drink the milk forcefully, so it is my turn. And Lakshmi looks at him. Karishma says Lakshmi pretends as if she is an innocent and shy lamb and she claims to be Rishi's wife, but she is pregnant with Balwinder's child. Neelam says this pregnancy is a trick to stay here. Virendra says, why would Lakshmi do this, knowing about Balwinder? Neelam asks Virendra not to take that cheap woman's side. She says, thankfully, our truth came out in front of us, and this inauspicious thing will go away from our house, and Lakshmi's chapter will be finished. Lakshmi gets ready and wears her earrings. Something goes into her eyes. She goes to the bathroom to wash her eyes, and she sees Rishi washing his face. Rishi tries to go, but he looks at Lakshmi. Lakshmi closes her eyes, feeling pain. Rishi gives her away. A song plays in the background. Lakshmi washes her face. Rishi looks at her. Lakshmi recalls Neelam's words that the court date is tomorrow and the course of their house should end. Rishi asks if Lakshmi doesn't want to talk to him about their marriage and everything that is happening. She asks what is left to talk about. She goes to the room and gets teary eyes. Rishi thinks that Lakshmi doesn't want to talk to me. She has so much attitude. He wipes his face with the tissue. Just then, someone throws card in the bathroom. Rishi reads the card and comes to the room asking that what is this, Lakshmi? Malishka is in the room instead of Lakshmi. Rishi says, what are you doing here? Malishka says, what did you think? That Lakshmi throws those cards. Rishi asks her not to start again and says it is intention as he has to go to the court. Malishka says it is for our happiness. You will be freed from Lakshmi tomorrow. She says she has planned to go for dinner with him. Then she will watch movie with him and have caramel popcorn with him. Rishi is upset. Malishka asks if Rishi is feeling bad because he is divorcing Lakshmi. Rishi says he is the same and he is not feeling bad. Malishka says she is in tension. Rishi says I am not wearing pants. Go from here. Malishka sleeps and Rishi holds her. Lakshmi comes there and looks at them and she feels sad. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to check the comment section for the link to the next update once it is available. And I will see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.